Good evening and welcome to episode 74. As always, we will start with our gratitude attitude. So, if you would please gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, relax your body. Take another deep breath. As you exhale, let all the tension drip out of your muscles. Take one more deep breath. This time, completely let yourself go. Now, think of one thing that you're thankful for that happened in the past week. Once you identify it, think about why you are thankful. Now, let's make it free. If you're by yourself, say it out loud what you're thankful for and why. If you are with someone, tell it to each other. All right. So last week, we touched on the definition of karma. Today, let's discuss the law of karma. The law of karma has two parts: general characteristics of karma and particular types of action and their effects. In today's session, we'll focus on general characteristics of karma. There are four general characteristics of karma. One, the results of actions are definite. Two, the results of actions increase. Three, if an action is not performed, its results cannot be experienced. And four, an action is never wasted. So let's break this down to understand each characteristic of karma. Let's start with the first one, right? The results of actions are definite. What does that mean? Sounds like a lot of mumbo jumbo. But in simplest terms, it means that once we create karma, we will certainly have to bear the consequences of that karma. For example, if we saw a pea seed in the garden, we'll notice that only pea grows and not wheat. It's worth looking at the main causes of different suffering of human beings. If we are experiencing mental disturbance, unpleasantness, if you will, that's because in the past, and not necessarily in this lifetime, we may have disturbed the mind of others. Similarly, if we are experiencing physical pain, in the past, we injured other living beings. If the main cause is absent, it is not possible to experience its result. So main cause of suffering from hunger and thirst, for example, is stealing food and drink from others in the past. If you've never done that, you won't suffer from hunger and thirst. However, when we are going through suffering, we don't see that correlation, right? And feel that life is just not fair. And there's this big conspiracy against us, or that justice is not being served. And we think like that because we assume that the negative consequences only are related to our actions in this life. And since we don't see anything we may have done in this life to deserve that, we just don't see that as being fair. In reality, most of our experience in this life are caused by actions we have committed in our past lives. So this reminds me of a story I heard repeatedly actually during when I was growing up. And some of you may have heard this as well. There was this assassin who would kill a few people every month. And he met a yogi. And the yogi asked him why he was doing, what he was doing and going down this path of destruction. So the assassin said that he was doing it for the welfare of his family. So his wife would have nice things and his kids will grow up in affluence. So the yogi asked him if he had asked his family if they would be willing to bear the result of his negative karma. So assassin thought, that's a fair question to ask. So he went and asked his family. And no one was willing to accept the consequences of his negative karma. This is when he realized it was not worth for him at least to continue doing what he was doing. So we must realize that the quality of our present actions creates the quality of our future experiences. And that's what we don't focus on, right? We tend to create negative karma for short-term happiness, which results in future suffering. So let's look at the second characteristic. The result of actions increase. What this means is that even a small negative karma can bring a lot of suffering, and a small positive karma can bring a lot of happiness. The power to produce results of karma grows by the day, just like an acorn grows slowly into a large oak tree. And this is why it's important to purify our negative karma, as we discussed at the end of our last session, so that we don't keep growing potential for our future sufferings. The next characteristic of karma is that if an action is not performed, its results cannot be experienced. I think we briefly touched on this last time as well. And sometimes, we read in the news that there's a plane crash or something huge, and there's only one or two people survive, right? And that was against all odds. And that's because the survivor did not create karma to die at that time. And the last characteristic of karma is that action is never wasted. And this is very important to understand. The karma we create by our action cannot simply go away, or we cannot give them away to someone else to avoid its results. I'm sure we all had been in situation where we'll say, I wish I could take their pain. But that simply is not possible. Although the mental intention that started the action in the past has ceased, the potentialities that create do not cease until it ripens. And the karma is over. There is no longer that mental action or mental intention. But what that created, the potentiality remains on our mind. So let's say we kill a mosquito with a vengeance. If all the causes for us to experience the effect of that action do not come together, those potentially will remain in our mind until it ripens. And sometimes it ripens in a week, and sometimes it could take a number of lifetimes. If you look at the example of our gardening, right? We sow pea seed. It still needs the right environment, good soil, fertilizer, water, sunshine before it can grow. The pea seed is not wasted. It's just waiting for appropriate conditions to rise, if that makes sense. So the best way to avoid future suffering is to maintain moral discipline. Just because we understand the consequences of our negative karma does not mean that we are able to avoid them immediately. And I get that. Because of our mental habits, some negative karma we are not able to avoid instantly. But there are others that we should be able to avoid now that we understand their consequences, right? If we try to remove all of that at once, we may get really tensed, which is not a good thing. So it's important to remove these in layers of negative karma, one at a time. So I know there's a lot to digest, but these are important lessons of karma, and we'll keep digging deeper in the next few sessions. So in today's meditation, as always, we'll begin with settling down at our hearts. Once we are settled, let's contemplate the effects of karma. How negative karma will bring future suffering, and how positive karma will bring future happiness. Once we contemplate this, we can make a determination that will abandon negative karma and engage in positive karma. And we then hold that determination single pointedly as long as we can. If we lose our determination, we go back to contemplation and bring the determination back. So that's the plan. If you are ready, please get into your meditation posture, cross-legged position. If you are sitting in a chair, just keep your legs straight, your back straight, spine erect, shoulders leveled. Gently close your eyes. Keep your mouth just a little bit open. That way, any tension you may have accumulated in your jaws will dissipate. Put your palms in your lap, right or left. Thumbs gently touching each other. Now, take a deep breath. As you exhale, see all the stress melting away from your body. Take another deep breath. As you exhale, see your body loosening up. Take one more deep breath. This time, completely relax yourself. Bring your attention to the sensation of your breath. Feel the cool air as you breathe in. Feel slightly warmer air as you breathe out. Keep your attention at your nostrils for about a minute or so on your own. Now, bring your focus at your heart. Imagine everything that happened before this moment melts into light and disappears. Things that have yet to happen are not real anyway. So it is just this moment. Enjoy the peaceful nature of this moment. Let this peaceful moment bring the next peaceful moment. Remember, there is nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just enjoy. Now, let's contemplate any negative experiences we have today are the result of our past negative actions. Happiness we enjoy today is due to our past positive experiences. If we commit positive actions today, it will result in future happiness. Our today's negative actions will bring future suffering. And remember, effects of actions continue to grow over time. So the smallest action will have a much larger effect in the future. Contemplate that for a minute or so on your own. Now, make a determination that I must reduce my negative karma and increase my positive karma. Single, single pointedly focus on that determination. If you lose your focus, go back to contemplation. Negative karma will bring future suffering. Positive karma will bring future happiness. Effects of karma increase over time. I must reduce my negative actions and increase my positive actions. Focus on the determination single-pointedly for about a minute or so on your own. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Go ahead, Prema.
No questions. We have to read through the content today in the blog. It's a lot of stuff.
Yes, it is. And if you think about it, it's quite logical. I know it's a lot, but it's not something, we cannot make sense of.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? That, hey, results are definite. They increase over time. If you don't perform the action, there is no reaction. It's never wasted, right?
Yep.
It's almost like laws of physics.
Mm-hmm.
So, any other questions? All right, I'm going to stop recording. Go ahead, Sapan, did you have a question?
No, as Premal said, it's a very deep thing. You need a multiple repetition of this to kind of continue to realize and experience that, right? I mean, you get it from theory point of view, but practical point of view, it takes a little while. So probably.
So here's a tip, okay? Think about one negative action that you tend to cycle through, right? Sometimes we all have these tendencies, right? That, you do X more than anything else and you know it's not right. So if you focus on that one negative thing, and if you're able to stop it, say, okay, I'm going to stop this for a week, right? Don't even commit to stopping it for your life, right? And see how the week goes. That way, the commitment is not such a large commitment that you get overwhelmed, right? It's only a week, right? So you kind of push yourself to carry it through, and if you go through it, if you want to take a day off, fine. If not, commit for another week, right? So that way we're not saying, hey, I'm going to be pure 100% tomorrow.
Got it. Yeah.
So I think that helps.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to stop recording.